Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to play The Cure's Burn. Now, if you don't know, this song Burn actually was in the Crow movie, if you know what that is. But anyway, let's get started. Alright, now we're gonna get into the lesson of this song. So, first pattern. Oh, wait a minute. First things first. I showed you in the first part what this is. It's a penny whistle. Robert Smith, the guitar player and the lead singer of The Cure, on the first part, when the song starts, he uses this. It is a penny whistle. That one I really can't tell you what to play on this because every concert Robert Smith changes what he plays on this whistle. He never plays it the same. Although he makes a lot of sound with it. So. See, he changes it every time in every concert, but pretty much to use it, you just put your fingers on those holes. And remember, you cannot just put your fingers out here to play it. Make sure that you always have, if you're going to play a note, make sure that you always cover the first one. Because this is how it works, watch. Starting from there, you always have to cover down, and then you can do this and stuff. So make sure you always cover the first one. And make sure that you always have two, so that you can be able to do two things at once. You can find these online. You can they're called penny whistles. A lot of people confuse them with flutes, but they're just penny whistles. Remember, so this is just a penny whistle. The way I have mine is I just pretty much tape two together. If you look at Robert Smith, it's also taped together. Robert Smith is, of course, a lead singer, guitar player of The Cure, or what I would say, the founder of The Cure. Anyway, he has his taped up like mine. So, anyway, make sure that you always have two, so that you can do stuff two things at a time. Anyway, that only happens in the first part of the song, and make sure that you drop it and get your fingers ready on the guitar ready, and then make sure that you drop it just in time so that you can play your part. And my guitar. Anyway, so that's pretty much how you use that. Anyway, let's get to the first the lesson. That's the first pattern, and that pattern comes a lot of times in the song. Anyway, that pattern, so it's kind of like playing a chord over here and pretty much just strumming singles. Alright, okay? So that first pattern, you're going to be using string 2, string 3, and string 5. Remember, you can count your strings your own way. I like to do it like this, from the lowest E as string 1, the A, string 2, D, string 3, G, string 4, the B, string 5, and then the high E, string 6. 6 strings, okay? So we're going to be using 2, 3, and 5. So this is pretty much like a chord, and you strum single ones, okay? So now let's get to the chord. So on string number 2, the best fingering to use for this first part, actually you're going to be using 4 strings. Because one, you're going to be playing one as an open string. The G, which is the 4th string, that's going to be an open one. You don't do it. You play it, okay? So, on the second string, you put the best fingering to use, your index finger, your 4th finger, and your pinky. See? So you put it right here. String 2 on fret number 1. And then now on string 3, we go to fret number 3. Now on string 5, you also put, now you put your pinky still on fret number 3. So you see, that's how the chord is. So 2nd string, 1st fret. Now 3rd string, 3rd fret. And then 5th string as well is 3rd fret. So now, like I mentioned, you play an open one, so the strumming, so you go like this. This is how you do it. Oops. See? So it's 4 notes that you have to play, that have to make sound. So you see? Alright? So remember, it's just like a chord. Sometimes I wish I had a guitar that had a fatter neck. Anyway, it'd be easy to play. But of course, you can use any guitar. Anyway, so now the next chord is this one. So now, as I was saying, you play the open note. That was string number 4. That's the G. See? Next one, now you put now on string 2, you go to fret number 3, string 3, fret number 5 this time, and then the open G, of course, which you just play, you don't put any of these fingers on it, and then now string number 5, you put fret 5 as well. See? So it goes like this. And then that's pretty much that pattern. It goes, you don't play it like every single time. I mean, you actually do play it every single time on a lot of parts. This part is played a lot of times in the song. Anyway, next pattern is gonna be Anyway, so now that chord we put down, this time you kind of use it backwards. You're going to still use these fingers, your index finger, your 2nd finger, and I'm sorry, this time you're actually changing fingers. You use your index finger, your 3rd finger, and your pinky, okay? So now your pinky, you put it on fret number 5 on string 2, and then you put your index finger, this guy, here. You put that one on fret number 3 on string 3. And then the open, the one that you don't put any fingers on it, but you play it. And then now you put your 3rd finger, this guy here, on fret number 3 on string 5. So it should sound like this. Chord. That one, it's similar to the chord that you have in the other pattern that I just showed you earlier. That one, now you gotta switch from this position to this position. Now you're using your your index finger. This is actually your 1st finger. Your 2nd finger, your index finger, your 4th finger, and your 5th finger. Okay? So that's fret number 3 on string 2, fret number 5 on string 3, and then the open, of course, and then fret number 5 on string 5. So it should sound like this. So first, see? So that's another pattern. That pattern goes a few times also in the song. And of course it goes back to this. And then after those, there's another pattern which goes like this. Okay? So that pattern starts with this one. That is that chord from the other pattern. Too many patterns. Fret number 1 on string 2. Remember that? Fret number 3 on string 3, and fret number 3 on string 5, and then of course the open G, which is string 4, as I like to call it. So, see? And then the next. Now you gotta switch from here to there. That's just like another chord, except for a single strumming, so that it gives you that na 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 na. Okay, so now that one is. So now you're using string 3, string 4, string 5, and string 6. These right here. Okay. So fret number 3 on string 3, fret number 2 on string 4, and fret number 1 on string 5, and then fret number 3 on string 6. See? Best fingering for that, just use these 4 right here. Don't include the thumb. Anyway, you go right here. See? So remember, fret 3 on string 3, fret 2 on string 4, fret 1 on string 5, and fret 3 on string 6. See? So that pattern, remember, it goes like this. Alright? So that's that pattern. So those are the 3 patterns that are in the song, and they switch. They always go. There's always, you play a different pattern. Not every time, but of course it changes. Anyway, now we're gonna get into the solo, which is in the middle of the song, which goes like this. Okay, so that. So for this part right here, that part, sorry I'm playing it like crazy, you're going to be using 3 strings, the 4th string, the 5th string, and the 6th string, okay? So we start on the 5th string, on fret number 3, okay? And then now you go to fret number 5 on the 6th string, so it goes like this. Remember, you switch. Make sure that when you're on this finger, you have it like this, so that you can it's a smooth change from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret on the 6th string, okay? So pretty much you're pushing down 2 strings with your index finger, okay? So remember, fret number 3 on string number 5 first, and then fret 5 on string number 6, okay? And then you lift, and now you're on fret 3 on string number 6, and fret 3 as well on string number 5. So you see, you're playing 2 strings at once with your index finger, okay? And then the next pattern. So now that one, we're using string number 4, fret 5, and also fret 5 on string number 6. This time you're actually using your 4th and your 5th finger. And now, see, back to fret 3 on string number 6, so it goes like this. Make sure that you don't let go of fret 5 on string number 3, just like you didn't let go of fret 3 on string number 5. I'm sorry, let me say that again. So make sure you don't let go of fret 5 on string number 4. See? You're holding that note, just like you held this note. This note is still being held. And the next pattern. So that's that pattern. Now this one, same. Not the same not the same frets, of course. But now we're using string number 4 and 5, just like we did on the last one. Now you put your finger on fret number 3 on string 4, fret number 5 on string 6. See? And don't let go of fret number 3 on string 4. This. Hear how that one was still holding? Okay? And then, of course, fret 5 and then fret 3 on string 6, okay? And that is, now we're using string 5 and string 6. So that's fret number 6 first. You start from fret number 6 on string 5. Back. You go down to fret 5, 6, and then the fret 3 on string 6. Okay, so see, on string 5 we have fret 6, 5, 6, and fret 3 on string 6. Okay, so and all the patterns supposed to sound like this. There's that part that goes. That part is just fret. It's like this part, except you're just going no 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 no. Anyway, let me just tell you again the frets and the strings. We're using string 5 and string 6 still. So on string 5, you're using fret 5 and 6, and switch to fret 3 on string 6. So, see, fret 5, 6, 3 on string 6, and then back to fret string 5, fret 5, 6, and then fret 3 on string 6. Okay, so you see, it goes like this. Using fret 5, string 5 and string 6, okay? So we're starting off with string 5, fret number 5, okay? Okay, so fret 5, fret 6. Now you're on fret 8 on string 5 and 6. You're playing 2. That's a 2 note, okay? See? So you're using string 5 first, fret 5, 6, see? 5, 6, and fret 8. Alright? 2 notes, okay? You're pushing down 2 strings, okay? So that's fret 5 on string number 5 and fret 8 on string number 5 and fret 8 on string number 6, okay? So we're starting first from the 5th string. Fret 5, fret 6, and then fret 8. So the solo, it's a long solo, of course, but it's pretty much a repeat, so it pretty much goes like this. And stuff like that, okay? So those are the patterns right there, remember? Anyway, that's it for today's video. That was all the patterns, and that was the solo. And of course, remember, remember the thing that we used in the first part, that's a penny whistle. Remember that, okay? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you thought about this video. I'll see you in the next one. Good night.